It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm joined by Shaq and the Jet. In this game, we'll see the Indiana Pacers against the Chicago Bulls. And guys, for the Bulls, the results have been excellent for them over the first half of the season. And it has to be said, they're not showing any signs of slowing down anytime soon. And one of the guys we'll see tonight, Victor Oladipo. He has split time as both a starter and coming off the bench, sixth man. Which role do you think you like him in better?
Ooh, I like him starting. I think he's one of the top 5 players on that team. I like guys getting off to a great start. With his scoring and explosiveness, he can put up big points in a hurry. So I would say put him in the starting lineup, let him start from the door.
But there's some value, certainly, Kenny, in bringing an energy guy like that who can maybe change the pace of the game off the bench.
Well, if he doesn't have to change the pace if he's creating the pace when he's starting.
Good point, Kenny. And not only that, he has the ability to play either of the backcourt position. That makes him very, very versatile. He can also be part of several different lineups. I played with Scott Skiles. He's very enigmatic when it comes to his coaching.
No question. Enigmatic.
Yeah. You just wanted to say that word.
I don't even know what it means, but it sounded
You
nice.
just wanted to say it, and it sounds like something a doctor would say. Kevin Harlan, take it away.
Chicago, Illinois, home of the Bulls in a fine Eastern Conference battle at the United Center. Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. And do we have a present for you today? Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. So Indiana wins the tip. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. We've got Bogdanovich. Sabonis is out there with Turner. Then there's Oladipo, and it's Collison in at the 1. To the paint, here's Lopez. It's good, the assist that time from Holiday. Lopez has got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for Chicago. Outside Collison. Kicks to Oladipo, passes it to Sabonis. Back to Oladipo, shoots the 3, traps in the tray.
And really, Oladipo is effective at stretching the defense with his perimeter shooting. I think his stroke continues to look better with each passing game.
Now here is Holiday. And it's Lopez at the elbow. Sabonis grabs the board. On defense, Chicago. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And boy, did they impress everyone with that comeback they had in the 4th. Just stunned that crowd.
Outside Levine, a baseline J. Here's Dunn, who's back up. Goes up with it again. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and 1.
Chicago shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when you bring up those statistics. Impressive numbers.
And the first one drops. And guys, when you take a look at the Pacers offensively, one of the least efficient teams in the league. How do they turn the corner in that regard?
Well, they've got to get more playmaking. They need more guys that can make plays. They had a low rate of assists and high rate of turnovers, and that's mainly attributable to not having enough playmakers.
Both free throws good from Lopez.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
Oladipo dishes to Collison. And the rebound goes to Lopez. For Indiana, they come into this one following a loss to Boston.
And I really felt in watching that game that they needed to abandon the three-point shot. It wasn't there. The percentage was horrific, but yet they continue to try and knock them down.
And I really think that's what did them in. I mean, sometimes it's just not there for you on the perimeter, and you can't try to shoot yourself out of a bad shooting night from outside.
Chicago shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. First one falls for him.
And really, you got to commend the Bulls for the success they've had in the draft. You look at that roster, you see a ton of big minute players who were drafted by the Bulls. They've done a great job of finding players to fill roles within that team.
And so Levine nails both of them. And with the Bulls and their draft success, a lot of it has come with picks, Greg, later on in the draft.
Yeah, the last lottery pick the Bulls had was Derrick Rose. Not a bad one there. Yes. But since then, they've drafted or made trades on draft day to find a ton of rotation players. Give a lot of credit to their scouting department for their continued success.
And again, Chicago, no good. The Pacers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Outside Collison. From beyond the arc. That doesn't go either for Collison. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played.
Boom! That's how you attack. Oh, man. And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and the dunk caps it off.
Well, you know, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. No one near Turner as he lets it go. Count it from 12.
Boy, how about the determination of Turner? I mean, he's a wrecking ball on the glass on both ends of the floor. Just doesn't give up on plays.
Now, here's Dunn. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Levine. Connects in the foul line jumper. Levine's got 6. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. To the middle. Changes up. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
And that one is off. So Indiana will take it the other way. The drive by Collison. Turner with the screen. Outside Collison. This one for 3. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far.
And this is what happens when you are having a tremendous offensive game. That they are getting great looks and knocking down shots all over the floor. I don't think we're going to see them deviate from this approach from here on out. They've got the recipe for success.
Pacers trail by 5. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
A wide open look here for Oladipo. And the 3 off target.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
It's stolen by Oladipo. And the wide open shot from Collison. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Collison's got his first 2 points of the night. The Bulls leading by 3. Done with it. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Nice open look, but it's no good.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Here's Lopez following the score by Indiana. Stolen by Collison. And now it's Collison running. He can go all the way. That falls. Nice feed that time from Turner.
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
Lopez, a screen on Collison. The feed to Lopez. Stolen by Collison. On its way from Oladipo for 2. And the Pacers tack on 2 more. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Indiana.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
Good on the bucket. Mirotic has got his first points in this one.
And with the size Dunn possesses, it allows him to see the floor really well. So good at setting his guys up for quality shots as a result.
And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now, and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, all right, a chance to take a look at the numbers for Mirotic. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. He's putting up about 17 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's been a rock in the middle for them over that stretch of games. Dominating the glass is his trademark.
And when you look at those rebounds, they have a cumulative effect on the opponent. His effort wears them down physically and mentally.
Now here's Collison. He's coming off a 16-point game against Boston.
And what I enjoyed when watching that game was the way he balanced getting his shot and also incorporating his teammates.
And the shot goes down.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks. Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
They get it back. And there's Oladipo on the assist by Turner. 7 points for Victor Oladipo.
Now that's remarkable work inside from Oladipo. Not afraid to go up against the big guys down low. Miles Turner, the 11th overall pick last season out of the University of Texas, only spent 1 season in college. But this guy very well could be a perennial all-star. The Pacers think they've gotten a steal. He was a 19-year-old rookie who showed he already understands how to hold his own at both ends of the floor.
Now here is Holiday. Victor Oladipo unable to get his last shot to go. Chicago grabs the miss.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
His first shot coming late. Pacers with the rebound. Turner's got his 4th rebound in this one. And Bogdanovich kicks to Oladipo. From 17 feet out, Collison good. Collison's got 8 points.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
And those putback baskets contributing to their lead, Greg. And Victor Oladipo, the 2nd overall pick out of Indiana in 2013. Tremendous athlete, extremely hardworking and aggressive. Loved covering him as I did when he was in college at Indiana. He hasn't dominated, but he's making steady progress and is really a nice young player.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Some changes for Indiana. And Chicago has possession. They trail by 7. And looking at Oladipo, would you say, guys, he's one of the better young shooting guards in the NBA?
Without question, I think so. I mean, perhaps the strength of his game right now is his on-the-ball defense. He's tenacious at that end of the floor. His offensive game, while not bad, is still a work in progress, but I think that's going to continue to be refined with time.
Here's Jefferson, had a hand on it. Payne with it, picked up by Joseph. Rejected by Young.
Thaddeus Young using that expansive wingspan to put that shot in reverse.
Stevenson with a clean look. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Morrow, the pass to Felicio. Stolen by Joseph. Now, here's Stevenson. Not a lot of room. It's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Here is Stuckey. 11 points last game. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Stuckey. Now let's take a look at the teams that have been holding their opponents to the fewest points in the last 10 games. The Pacers fourth.
The teams they've faced over the last 10 have to be wondering how long this brutal defense is going to last. There's no let-up in these teams. They play with tenacity throughout.
Payne kicks to Felicio. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
And, you know, talking about pace, the Pacers have sped theirs up the last 3 seasons now. They were the 6th slowest team back in 2013. Last season, they were in the top 10 fastest.
For Chicago, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. First free throw is good. And a big part of playing faster is about personnel. The Pacers with a more mobile front court and a lot of athleticism on the wings.
Well, it's really where the league seems to be going, and I love it as a basketball fan. Up-tempo, high-octane pace of play is entertaining. When you look at the Pacers, despite their quicker, smaller lineup, they still do a good job of rebounding the ball. Still in the top half of the league in terms of rebounding percentage last season.
One thing the Bulls have to deal with that is unique to their franchise, Greg, is an extremely high expectation factor from their fan base.
And when you have a rich franchise history like the Bulls, it's a double-edged sword. Fans can always look back at the great years in the 90s, but they'll always long for a return to those days, and sometimes the expectations can be too much.
Valentine, and the layup's good off the glass.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Joseph. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. In transition, here come the Bulls, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Screen by Jefferson. Joseph with the ball, working on Payne. Screen by Young. 6 on the shot clock. Stuckey kicks to Jefferson. It's rebounded by Portis.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Now here's Payne. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. And here is Joseph. Screen by Jefferson. Joseph dishes to Jefferson. Nails the baby hook. Jefferson's got his first points of the game.
The defense played him close on that one, but he just would not be denied. Aggressive move for the score.
There's the pick. Payne kicks to Morrow. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
And stolen by Payne. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. And the Pacers going with the smaller lineup too, but they've remained an elite team defensively. Guys, how have they done it?
Well, not so much about their shot blocking or rim protecting as it was in the past. More about their perimeter defense. One of the best in the league at forcing turnovers and defending the three-point shot. And ironically, despite all the pressure they apply, they do a good job of keeping the ball in front most times.
Portis can't get it to go. And the wide open shot from Stuckey. Here's Jefferson. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
And a chance here to just double check the ruling on the floor. I wasn't sure if he got it off in time or not, so I appreciate the second look as well.
And you know what? We're watching exactly what the officials are seeing, Greg, from the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus. We've got the time right here, so they're making sure they got it right.
And they've overturned the call. The replay was conclusive, and that one's going to count.
And Kevin, an example of why it's good to have replay. I don't know what kind of impact it'll have on the final result, but you always want them to get every call right.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Pacers lead by 1. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Pacers so far, guys.
I just think that from an intensity standpoint, their defense has really been the key. It's been the catalyst as they've been able to disrupt their opponent's offense.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been much more intense defensively. And their defense not only has been intense, but it's been swarming and saran wrap-like.
On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. Oladipo is out there with Collison. And there's Miles Turner, and it's Sabonis in at the 4. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Pacers.
And not a lot of attempts from beyond the break. Those deeper three-pointers can be a little outside of some players' range, but they've got guys who can make that shot. I think that's just an outlier so far.
The first free throw is good. And so Levine nails both of them. Indiana trailing here. Collison kicks to Turner. He dishes it to Oladipo. Back to Turner. Indiana moving it around. Turner with the screen for Collison. Turner with the screen. Stolen away. Here's Morrow. For 3, Levine. Another shot. Portis. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing they've done well is they've run the shooters off their sweet spots. They've really closed out well and forced them to put the basketball on the floor.
Robin Lopez is checked in for Chicago. Dunn comes in for Cameron Payne. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it was controversial in Chicago, but the Bulls hired Fred Hoiberg to replace Tom Thibodeau. Hoiberg played for a decade in the NBA, and at Iowa State, he was the fastest coach in school history to reach 100 wins. In Chicago, guys, it seems he's loosened the reins a bit. giving the players a little more leeway to shoot with confidence and air it out offensively.
The players have responded. Thanks, David. Morrow, the pass to Dunn. And again, no good by Chicago. And Indiana shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Oladipo outside. 14 feet away. Doesn't go for him. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Their next game, playing at home, as the Nets come into town. That'll be the latter half of this two-game homestand. Finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Turner with a screen for Collison. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Chicago with the rebound. They went to Indiana for their last meeting with the Pacers and came out with a win.
In the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
Very satisfying performance, Greg, and one they'll look to repeat tonight. I mean, they ended up winning it going away.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Mirotic is checked in for Bobby Portis, and Justin Holiday subbed in for Anthony Morrow. Dunn sets a screen for Holiday. No good that time. Great D that time from Collison. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Oladipo, stolen by Holiday. Oh, and here comes Holiday all alone. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
And we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Dunn, and it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Mirotic gets the bucket. And so it's Indiana with it. 7-point differential. Taken away by Holiday. Now Mirotic. He had 25 points in the win against San Antonio.
And how about the job he did rebounding as well, guys? I mean, just a dominant performance on the glass.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
And one look at the box score will confirm that. And I like the fact, guys, that those numbers have gone up since last season. I mean, he said free throw shooting was an area he was looking to improve, and he has.
And that one falls from Mirotic.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
One way to protect the lead, knock down those free throws, and 100% free throwing for the quarter, that's superb.
And he makes the first but misses the second. Pacers trail by 8. Taken with the 31st pick of the 2011 draft, Bojan Bogdanovic, sharpshooter out of Croatia. Not to be confused with Bogdan Bogdanovic, who was drafted by the Suns in 2014.
Well, you just confused me, Kevin, because I'm mixed up now. But Bojan is bigger at 6'8", 220, and more of a small forward. So I'm going to just leave it at that before I confuse our gameplay.
Indiana shooting their first free throws of the game. That free throw good from Turner.
At 6'11" and 243 pounds, Turner is physically imposing. He's a big man, though, with a delicate shooting touch from outside.
Both free throws good from Turner. And it's the Bulls with the ball. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Lopez a screen, and Holiday kicks to Dunn. It's taken away by Collison. The numbers in their favor. Here's Bogdan. Oh!
Oh, man. A nice strong finish from Bogdanovich, showing no fear at all.
Dunn kicks to Mirotic. Buries it from three-point range. Mirotic has got 8 points.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Here's Collison. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Lopez has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Mirotic. The kick out to Lopez. They grab their own miss. They shoot again. Picked them clean. They push it up 4 on 3. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Sabonis.
And the vision there from Bogdanovich. He's skilled. Hey, who's watching them?
Now, here's Dunn. Lopez, a screen on Collison. Holiday with the 3. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got rebound number 5 here tonight. In the corner, Collison with it. Shoots a 3. The second effort. And the shot goes in. Sabonis has got 4 this quarter.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
Holiday dishes to Dunn. Lopez a screen. Second chance shot. The basket drops and he gets fouled in the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Yeah, I love the energy they're playing with. I say it this way. Good teams, championship teams, play against the game as much as they play against the opponent. Nice uptick here in their second chance points in this quarter.
That's good from Lopez. Here's Collison. 8 points for him. Turner with the screen. The pass to Sabonis. 5 to shoot. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Chicago leading by 6. Here's Levine. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Darren Collison.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
First one falls for him. So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. Good on both. Timeout called the Pacers.
Timeout. Start it.
They've already picked up a number of fouls here, and they're in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet, keeping their hands up, and defending without fouling.
Valentine's checked in for Zach LaVine.
Let's see where the Pacers are, Kevin, in terms of the NBA rankings right now. 6th in free throw percentage, 11th in blocks. And they're ranked in the top half of the NBA in points off turnovers. I mean, they're not a stellar defensive team, but they do a pretty good job of turning turnovers into points.
Yeah, and getting back to their free throw percentage, you know, it might seem like a small thing, but sometimes it's those little things that can put a team over the top.
Joseph with the ball. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Holiday, the pass to Lopez. Now, here's Dunn. He's covered by Joseph. Dunn misses. Pacers trail by 6. Here's Stuckey. He trains the quick shot.
And, you know, that's where Stuckey operates best. I mean, the mid-range area is his comfort zone.
Dunn kicks to Valentine. Misses off the left iron.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
For Indiana, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
First one falls for him. And he makes both free throws.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Holiday dishes to Mirotic. Here's Dunn. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Dunn's got his second basket of the night.
And Dunn is spectacular on the drive, seeking contact and getting it. Even more impressive that he makes these shots, too.
Stevenson drives in. Jefferson passing to Stuckey. Unloads from 9. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. And a moment here to look at where the shots have been coming from.
And when you come into a game with the mindset of going right at the rim and not settling for outside shots, this is what your shot chart will look like. Every chance they've had to either attack the paint or play back to the basket, they've taken it, and it's been a complete success thus far.
The Bulls leading by 4. And here is Dunn. Young with the steal. Here's Joseph. Lets it go from 11. This is to Valentine. And too long on the shot. Pacers trail by 4. Stevenson outside. Stuckey setting the pick for Stevenson. Clock at 6. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got 11 rebounds in the game. Valentine.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Now Joseph, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Here's Young, and the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. And at 6'7", 6'8", Thaddeus Young, definitely more a small ball power forward, but that seems to be the way the league is going these days.
Yeah, it is, and in spite of his ability to fit into that small ball mantra, he can get overpowered inside by the bigger forwards. He's quick off the dribble, an excellent left-handed slasher, and is capable of putting big numbers on the board when he gets it going.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and he's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Felicio's checked in. Bobby Portis comes in for Mirotic. Anthony Morrow's checked in for Justin Holiday. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Dunn. Here's Payne. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Pass to Portis. Back to Payne. Pass to Felicio. Bulls moving the ball around. Payne can't hit.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Joseph. Here's Payne. Passes it to Felicio. Back to Payne. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And this is his second trip to the line in the game. And he knocks down the first one. Payne hits them both. Now here's Stuckey. And right now he's averaging about 7 points a game. Outside Jefferson. Stevenson outside. Down low. And there's Stuckey. That's good on the assist from Stevenson. Stuckey's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And Stuckey, despite not being that big, he never backs down from an opportunity to get a basket inside. As long as he's in rhythm from there, down.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful.
Virtually impossible to top that alley-oop.
Pacers trail by 4. The steal. And it's Payne in the corner. The Bulls keep it alive. Stolen by Stevenson. And a fast break now for the Pacers. Stevenson with the ball.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's space and then go and corral that backboard.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, Al Jefferson is now well known for his footwork, but he says he was a willing student when he first broke into the league. He said, when I got to Boston, I stole Paul Pierce's ball fake. In Minnesota, Tom Gugliotta used to kick my butt every day in practice with his turnaround jumper, so I stole that. Everyone I go against, if I like something they do, I steal it, put it in my own form. Evan?
Imitation, the highest form of flattery. Thanks, D.A. The first free throw is good. Joseph drops them both. 54 seconds left in the first half. Payne kicks to Felicio. To Payne. Now here's Valentine. Defense is right there. Count it. Good.
Well, you can't give him that kind of a position in the post.
Oh, without question. I mean, when he gets it in that tight and that close, that's easy. Real easy.
And it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Jefferson.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Kane kicks to Felicio. Down low. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And the first one at the line is good. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Here's Stuckey. From deep three-point range, he got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. It's Chicago leading by 4. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. One half completed. Let's break it down. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. During one stretch, they trailed by 7, never falling behind too far. There were a lot of positives for them to take away from the second quarter, where they came from behind to take a 4-point lead at the half. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
The differential is the free throw attempts. And that's one of the big stories in this game tonight. They were being so aggressive and so smart that all they could do on the defensive end was foul.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Indiana?
Well, those second chance points are huge, and they only came because of their effort. Their work on the offensive glass is what's keeping them in the game. They definitely should try to continue to stay tough on the glass. It's been key so far.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
The Bulls leading by 4. Mirotić at the power forward with Lopez in the middle. Then it's Zach LaVine. Then there's Dunn. And it's Holiday in at the 2 spot. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Here's Dunn. Money from the wing. Dunn's got the first basket of the second half here for the Bulls.
And you got to love the concentration of Dunn, guys. Nailing the shot right in the defender's face.
Collison dishes to Turner. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Floats one up, and it's sent back by Lopez. 3 on the clock. Tries again. Turner passes to Collison, and stolen by Dunn. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Lopez.
So a moment now to see the story on Miles Turner. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. 6th in blocks, 15th in field goal percentage. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And, you know, his ability to patrol the lane is a difference maker for that team. Exceptional timing and anticipation.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
And the first one drops. That one misses. Pacers trail by 7. Oladipo for 3. And it's Oladipo again missing.
Some of the shots he's taken have been real head scratchers. I mean, come on. He's out there playing like it's a game of horse at the park.
Holiday left side. It's stolen by Oladipo. Right wing. Right side, Collison. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, we've seen some defensive wizards among the NBA's freshman class this season. Let's now take a look at the rookie steal leaders. Second is Chris Dunn, and of course, Domantas Sabonis.
And really both showing a gift at the defensive end, applying pressure and picking pockets.
You know, sometimes guys, particularly if they're young, gamble too much, but these two create turnovers within the confines of the scheme. Great work.
And that one falls for Turner. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
When you're hot, you're hot. And that's certainly been the case for Turner. 8 rebounds, and he's done his job at the charity stripe. He's gotten 4 of his points from there.
And that's a good place to get them. They don't come easier than that, but you've got to get yourself there first.
3 straight misses here to start the second half.
On the pass to Sabonis. The shot's good. Collison making the play. Collison's got 3 assists in the game.
Maybe with that, the lid on this basket will be lifted for him.
Done with it. 6 points for him. To the inside. Here's Mirotic with the tip. The rebound by Turner.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Oladipo, the pass to Sabonis. Turner with it. He's picked up by Lopez. Just 5 to shoot. There's Sabonis. Nice D from Levine.
Well, that's a lot of bricks by them early in the second. Only 1 make on 5 tries so far in the second half.
And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight. And he makes the first. And so Levine nails both of them.
And he's given them a good contribution at the line tonight, getting there a lot and delivering on his opportunities.
Outside Collison. Oladipo, the pass to Sabonis. Shot clock at 6. And Turner kicks to Collison. Oladipo for 3. Excellent D there from Holiday.
And he has slipped into a funk. You can see the confidence is shaking.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
Oladipo for three. Again, Oladipo missing.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And Victor Oladipo, an attack guard. He can hit a spot-up jumper, but he loves to put his head down and drive to the rim.
And he should continue to do that with vigor, because he's got a blinding first step and a 42-inch vertical, and because of that, he can play above the rim and finish through contact. He's still learning how to draw fouls, pass effectively, and finish when he reaches that second level of defense. But I think this kid continues to improve and has a chance to be an all-star.
Outside Holiday. He feeds it to Levine. Makes it off the glass. Levine's got 14.
He clearly had the speed advantage there, and he used it to burn the D for the sweet hoop. Nice play.
Pacers trail by 7. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Bogdanovich. Mirotic grabs the miss. Mirotic has got 8 rebounds in this game.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Stolen by Levine. And Holiday kicks to Dunn. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, I love Dunn being creative and getting these calls. I mean, he's amazing at putting defenders in a tough spot.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Bulls.
I like the work they've done at the free throw line all throughout this game. They've been the aggressors.
It's been a hot shooting night for them, too. I mean, they've hit a lot of those mid-range jump shots.
No good on that one. Well, you take a look at Chris Dunn out of Providence. It's easy to see what talent evaluators see in this young man.
6'4", long arms, strength, blinding quickness. He is an NBA athlete and then some. In a draft year that was light on point guards, you knew he'd be one of the first to hear his name called.
Good on the second free throw.
And Dunn does a little bit of everything out there. Scores the ball, distributes it well, and also pounds the glass aggressively.
Turner with the screen. Deep 2 from Collison. Hits the front of the rim and out.
I'll tell you what, folks. I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Levine dishes to Lopez. Here's Collison. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. Collison's got 4 points in the quarter.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Outside, Levine. The dish now to Lopez. From downtown. Shot clock at 6. Levine passes to Lopez. Releases from 15. Turner with the steal. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Alicio's checked in. Portis comes in for Mirotic. Anthony Morrow's checked in for Justin Holiday. And it's Payne in for Dunn. The Bulls leading by 6. Levine up top. He's got 14. Pass to Felicio. Here's Morrow. It's stolen by Oladipo. Here's Bogdanovich. It's all in by the Bulls.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Pacers trail by 6. And Oladipo has it in the corner. Misses the 3.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
Portis kicks to Payne. Back to Portis. Pass to Felicio. Here's Morrow. Guarded by Oladipo. And he makes that one. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Here's Collison. Tries again. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Turner.
Exceptional skills for Turner down in the paint. This guy, I think, has the potential to be a dominant player inside for a lot of years.
Levine for 3. It's rebounded by Indiana. Sabonis has got his 5th rebound in this one. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And there it is for him.
And how does he get that one to go? No idea.
I don't have an idea either. A little heat check there, but yep, he's still cooking, and Greg, he's cooking with gas.
Here's the screen. Bean passes to Felicio.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
And the Pacers call time here. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
Yeah, he is on a major role today. This timeout was desperately needed. They've got to come up with a new game plan designed to shut him down. And they've gotten good looks, you know, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, you know, that may be the answer for them. But you know what else, Greg? Ultimately, I think because they're getting good shots, they'll make a better percentage of them going forward.
Valentine's checked in for the Bulls. Here's Joseph. 6 points for him. Young, right side. Shot off the screen. The offensive rebound. Jefferson. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Count that one.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
Joseph dishes to Stuckey. Back to Joseph. Jefferson inside. Feeds to Joseph. Stuckey kicks to Jefferson. 6 on the shot clock. Young's shot is off.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Pacers trail by 8. And here is Joseph. Screen by Jefferson. Kicks it out to Stevenson. But they recover it.
And that's a good job of just getting after it on the backboard. Gets them another possession and allows them to run even more clock.
Here's Young, and Young slams it home.
You know, those are the plays where you really see Young's quickness off the floor. He's got a great, quick second jump, which leads to second chance scores.
Here's Payne. 9 points in the game so far. And Morrow has it in the corner. Ball's knocked loose, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Stuckey. Now Payne. Here's Valentine. It's rebounded by Stevenson.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
And Joseph kicks to Jefferson. Off target with the free throw line, Jay. The Bulls leading by 6. Here's Valentine. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Taking a look back over the last month, Kevin, let's see how Indiana stacked up. 3rd in free throw percentage. 7th in opponent points per game. And they're in the top 3rd in the league in blocks. They're a team that really doesn't give many good looks.
And you know, their free throw shooting overlooked by some, but it's kept them alive in close games. And you definitely get confidence when you have the ability to convert on those opportunities.
That's good from Valentine. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Pacers trail by 8. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Joseph, that's good.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
For Chicago, they've gone 7 for 16 the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. They set the pick. Payne passes to Portis. In the corner, Valentine with it. There's the pass to Felicio. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses. And he's good on the second. There's 1:17 left in the third quarter of the game. And Joseph kicks to Jefferson. And he banks in the layup. Jefferson's got 4 points this quarter.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
Now here's Payne. He's covered by Joseph. Here's Portis. And again, Chicago. No good. Stuckey dishes to Young. Missed inside.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
Felicio with the bucket.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Joseph, the pass to Stuckey. 2 points. That one goes. Stuckey's got his third basket of the night right there.
And I like the intensity that Rodney Stuckey plays with. I mean, this guy's a true pro.
Now here's Payne. 9 points in the game so far. Passes it to Portis. Launches a 3. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And we've reached the end of the third. Bulls lead by 5. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Pacers trail by 5, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the court for Indiana, Young and Turner up front. Victor Oladipo is out there with Collison, and it's Bogdanovich in at the small forward. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. The Bulls making a switch here. Dunn's checked in.
At the line for the Bulls, one shot.
Free throw, no good for Holiday.
Well, he's an intriguing player, Thaddeus Young. I mean, you look at his frame and his game. I mean, he seems like he'd be a small forward, but he's played at the power forward position for years now, and I think that's in part due to the way the game is played now in the NBA with stretch fours and spacing the floor. Thaddeus Young fits into that kind of game quite well.
Collison with it. Fires at the elbow. Off the left rim and out. Outside, Levine. Here's Holiday. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got his 3rd assist on the night. He certainly can score at the power forward. Young has ability to space the floor and attack off the bounce. He's pretty special at that position.
Yeah, he really is. You know, he came into the league only after a year in college and has grown into a reliable scorer as a slasher and small ball four-man. So he's found and carved out a nice niche for himself.
And Mirotic kicks to Dunn. Takes a shot at the elbow. Mirotic's shot is off. Pacers trail by 11. And here's Oladipo. Outside Turner. Collison against Holiday. Shot clock at 5. That doesn't go either for Collison. Bulls have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. And Dunn with the slam.
Dunn finishing in style, and the explosion to the hoop. Powerful.
And the Pacers with possession here. They have yet to put up any points here in the 4th. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington, where they'll face the Wizards. That'll be the 2nd of this 2-game road trip. That one rolling around and rims out.
Boy, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
Levine, good.
Bad matchup for the defense, no doubt about it. Doesn't have the height to influence the shot there. Never mind blocking.
And the Pacers call time here.
And for Chris Dunn, you know, everyone told him to enter the draft after 3 years at Providence. His father, his coach, he could have been a first-round pick back in 15. Instead, he decided to stay one more season, earn his diploma, and I'd have to say it's worked out pretty well for him.
And Dunn, undergoing 2 shoulder surgeries in college, took a medical red shirt for his sophomore season.
Yeah, and that was on his right shoulder, his shooting shoulder. You wonder if he can get even better shooting the ball with time.
Sabonis, he's checked in for the Pacers. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on Nate McMillan talking to his team. He said, do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
Shooting one.
Chris. At the line for the Bulls, one shot.
Pacers trail by 18. To the paint. Here's Turner. Good, and the assist goes to Collison.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Dunn dishes to Levine. He kicks it to Lopez. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Holiday gets the bucket.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Got a hand on it.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Collison's shot is good.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending him.
And Oladipo has it in the corner. Offensive rebound, Pacers, and stolen by Dunn. And here they come. And again, Chicago, no good. Pacers trail by 17. Here's Bogdanovich, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
Lets it go from the wing, but they'll get another chance.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball.
The Pacers shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Oladipo misses.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what, Kevin, but he's been awful ever since the second half started. It's not even been a factor.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Indiana's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Back to Collison. Turner with the screen. Clock at 6. Indiana again missing.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been healthy at all.
And finished off by Mirotic.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
They set the pick, and there's the foul. It'll go on Nikola Mirotic. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Holiday against Oladipo. Kicks it to Collison. Just 4 to shoot. Shot on the wing.
Dunn is a very physical defender. I mean, he gives his guys no room to operate.
Count it.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Here's Chicago. They're on an 18-6 run. Now the feed to Mirotic. The kick out to Holiday. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Take a look at what Holiday's done. 9 points and also 3 steals.
And if I had to pick what he's done best today, I'd probably lean towards the offensive performance.
Well, just to be a contrarian, I'm going to go to the other side because he's been just as impressive, I think, at the defensive end.
First free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Pacers trail by 19. Here's Collison. Oladipo outside. Turner with the screen. Oladipo goes in. Excellent use of the screen that time.
And when you give Oladipo a running start, he's going to torch you. Plain and simple.
Dishes it to Lopez. The pass to Holiday. He feeds it to Mirotic from 20 feet out. It's rebounded by Indiana. Turner's got 14 rebounds tonight. Going after it. Taken away by Holiday. To the inside. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Dunn shot's good.
He's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Collison, the pass to Turner, and the call will be against Robin Lopez. That is his first foul of the game. Portis, he's checked in for Mirotic. And so here is Indiana, trailing by 19. To the middle, Sabonis. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 6 rebounds in the game.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around, straight bully ball. They're doing well overall, but the turnovers have been the exception.
Yeah, it has been, and they've been able to overcome the carelessness to this point, but I'm sure the coaching staff wants that to get cleaned up right now.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That's foul number 2 for him. Oladipo outside. Turner with the screen. Outside Collison. From beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Levine kicks to Holiday. Dunn passes to Portis. To the left wing. Here's Holiday.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
Justin Holiday. At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
Free throw, good, Holiday.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
Both free throws good from Holiday. Pacers trail by 21. Pass to Sabonis. He doesn't hit that one. And it's Chicago the other way. Here's Levine. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2.
Zach Levine. At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And so he hits both. Indiana's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. A nice shot by Bogdanovic.
On the perimeter and on the inside too, Bogdanovic able to put points on the board.
Now done. Pass to Portis for the 3. The rebound by Turner.
He hasn't really done much on the offensive end, but he's worked within the team concept to help them get the lead. He's done some other things other than scoring to help his team get the lead here.
Turner with a screen on Levine. Nice work there coming off the screen. Bogdanovic has got 5 points in the quarter.
And the quick release of Bogdanovic, he gets rid of that ball in a hurry.
Holiday dishes to Lopez. Now here's Dunn. Defense is right there. Deep 2 from Collison, and it's Chicago with the rebound. Holiday's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
Dunn kicks to Portis. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Here's Bogdanovic. Here's Turner. He dishes it to Bogdanovic. Passes it to Sabonis. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Shooting for Indiana, Domantas Sabonis. Taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. The Bulls leading by 17. Here's Dunn. And again, no good by Chicago. Indiana's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Here's Sabonis. Banked in off the glass.
Nice look there from Bogdanovich, the shooter keeping an eye peeled and open for the open man.
The Bulls shooting about 47% here in the fourth. Now here's Levine. Defense right on him. Here's Portis. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
I'm almost ready to go there with you, partner. Not quite. I'm hanging around at that 98% mark, so it's just about done, but I need a little more evidence to close the book on.
Bulls shooting 43% from the field.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Chicago.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
Just breaking the spirit of their opponent 3 straight times this year. This win is going to give them a perfect 3-0 record with only 1 game left to go on the season against the Pacers.
And while it's a team game, you can't win without guys showing up. And that was the case tonight for Lopez. He came out and let everyone know that points would be hard to come by with the way he swatted away shots and protected the rim.
Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Felicio's checked in. Valentine comes in for Levine. Anthony Morrow's checked in for Justin Holiday. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Dunn. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Al Jefferson is checked in for Sabonis. Young comes in for Bogdanovich. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Victor Oladipo. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Darren Collison.
And this has been a comedy of errors. I mean, you can just add another one to the list.
26 seconds left in the fourth. Payne passes to Portis. Here's Felicio. The dish to Payne. Fires from the wing. Felicio kicks to Payne. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, seen here. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Robin Lopez. Kenny, what did you like about his game?
When you talk about rebounding, 20 is one of those magical numbers that tells you that a player had a truly special game. I think he had in his head that every single rebound was going to be his. And you know what? Most of them were.
He was up over about, let me check my stats here, over 50%. That right there, Ernie, that's rock solid. No matter how the defense came at him, he was ready for it, and it didn't even mess with the shot. It was a smooth touch. He had it going tonight, fellas.
That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. We certainly hope you've enjoyed the show, don't we, guys?
It was great.
Yeah. Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew. All 653,000 of them.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Hard-working.
A lot of people.
Yeah. It's a long line at the buffet, though.
Yeah.
Shout out to the T-Pose, man.
Oh,
I don't know his name, but I know his face.
I'm Ernie Johnson. See you next time.